I bid you welcome to tonight's performance of Hamlet by Monty Python.
It's Hamlet by William Shakespeare.
Oh, I would have sworn. Well, that pretty much kills this sketch then, doesn't it? The sketch is deceased, expired, gone to meet its maker. It is an ex-sketch.
It's not dead yet.
Well, all right then, let's get on with it. There are three fire exits on either side and behind you. In case of fire, quickly walk to the nearest one. No, quickly walk, not silly walk. Also, there is no smoking anywhere in or around the building. Every lung is sacred. Now, please turn your cell phones completely off. There's nothing more annoying than a cell phone ringing during a performance.
Well, unless it has a ringtone that goes, wee, wee.
No, especially not that. Now, you should be aware that our restrooms,
The piss pots.
no, restrooms, are located in the lobby to the right.
I fought in their general direction.
There will be a 15-minute intermission during which you may find food and drink at our concession stand in the lobby. Even if you are completely full, try the mints. They are Wofford themed.
The best part is it's all free. Just pay whatever you can. Donations are accepted. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more.
Please, say no more. Donations are gratefully accepted. Also, don't bring anything but water back into the theater. You can also buy 50-50 raffle tickets during the intermission. We will draw the winner here just before the second half begins.
Strange men lurking in lobbies, selling strips of raffle tickets is no basis for a theater company's financial health.
Be quiet. Thespians in the audience should also be aware that our spring show will be David Mamet's political comedy November, and auditions will be held appropriately on November 17th and 18th.
Nobody expects the November auditions.
That's right, so take one program home with you as a reminder. But please, recycle the extras. Let them fly into the collection box near the door on your way out.
They don't so much fly as plummet.
Right. Also, if you wish to see this show again tomorrow, be sure to have your ticket stub stamped and bring it back with you then.
Fetch me a stubbery!
Yes, and also, please, sign up for our email list in the lobby.
I don't like spam.
We will only send a few emails a year about our upcoming shows. That's not got much spam in it. It's got not much. Finally, tomorrow is our last show, so please tell everyone you know about the show.
Fetchez les friends.
Yes, please. And finally, for something completely different. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Run away, run away!
Much thanks. It is bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had a quiet golf?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, then get these to bed. If you happen to see Marcellus and Horatio, My rivals on the watch. Bid them make haste.
Ho! Who's there?
Right into this crowd.
And liegeman to the Dane. Bid you good night.
Farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Ronaldo has taken my place. Bid you good night.
Hola, Bernardo.
Say, is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again the apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, twill not appear.
Sit down a while and let me assail your ears that have been so fortified against our story with what we have seen for the last 2 nights.
Well, sit we down and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that sets westward from the pole had made its course across to the heavens where it now burns, Marcellus and
Peace! Break thee off! Look where it comes again!
in the image of the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurp this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form, in which the buried majesty of Denmark can sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
Say! Say, speak, I charge thee, speak!
See, it fades away.
'Tis gone, and will not answer. How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you want?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and true vouch of mine own eyes.
'Twas twice before, and just at this dead hour, with martial stalk hath he gone by our watch.
And what particular thought to work, I know not. But in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
Good now, sit down and tell me why this strict and observant watch, and why such daily castings of brass cannons and implements of war.
The whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, like Fortinbras of Norway, dared to the combat, in which our valiant Hamlet did slay this Fortinbras. But stop! Behold, Lord comes again! I'll cross the boat past me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me! If there be any good thing to be done, that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me! If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid, oh, speak! Or if thou hast hoarded in thy life extorted treasure in the womb of the earth, for which they say you spirits oft walk in death, speak of it! Stay and speak! Stop it, Marcellus!
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
Do it who will not stand! 'Tis here!
'Tis here!
Here!
'Tis gone. We do it wrong, being so majestical to offer it this show of violence, for it is as the air invulnerable, and our vain blows malicious mockery.
It was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons.
It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever against that hour comes wherein our Saviour's birth is celebrated, the bird of dawning singeth all night long. And then they say no spirit dare stir abroad. The nights are wholesome. Then no planet strikes, no fairy takes, nor witch hath power to charm. So hallowed and so gracious is the time.
So have I heard, and do as God believe it. But look, the morn in russet mantle clad walks o'er the dew of yon high eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him. Do you consent to shall acquaint him with it, as needful in our loves fitting our duty?
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and then it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature that we, with wisest sorrow, think on him together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress of this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, and an equal scale weighing both delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have therefore gone along with us so far. For all, our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You've told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and loose thy voice. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes? That shall not be my offer, not thy asking. The head is not more naked to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth, than is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence, though willingly, I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. But now that duty done, I must confess my thoughts and wishes bend toward France, and vow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laboursome petition, and at last, upon his will, I sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. But now, our cousin Hamlet and our son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
How so, my lord? I'm too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend down Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lips seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st 'tis common that all that lives must die, passing from nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, no customary suits of solemn black. No windy suspiration, forced breath, no the fruitful river of the eye, nor the dejected havior of the visage. Together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief to know me truly. These indeed seem their actions a man might play. But I have that within which passeth show these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
You know, 'tis sweet and commendable in thy nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. His father lost his. And the survivor bound in filial obligation for a term to do obsequious sorrow. But to persever in this obstinate condolence is a cause and case of impious stubbornness. 'Tis a manly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfeeled, a mind impatient, an understanding simple and unschooled. For what we know must be and is as vulgar as any one thing to sense. Why should we in our peevish opposition take it to heart? Fie! There's a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still have cried, from first corpse to veal that died today, this must be so. We pray, throw your unprevailing woe to the earth, and think of us as of a father. Let the whole world take note that you are most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility than that which the dearest father gives his son, do I impart towards you. As for your intent of going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire. Therefore, we beseech you, beg you, to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
'Tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark, Babylon. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to our arms. In grace thereof, no Jocko telleth that Denmark drinks today, but the cannons to the clouds shall tell, and the kings rouse the heavens shall root again, bespeaking earthly thunder. Come away.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God! God! How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seems to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it. Fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to see things rank and gross in nature possessed merely, that it should come to this. But 2 months dead, and not so much not 2. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother that he might not fatigue the wings of heaven, visit our face too roughly, heaven and earth. Must I remember? Why, she could aim on him, as if the increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet within a month, no, think on it. Frailty, thy name is woman, a little month, or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body, like Niobe, all tears. Why, she, even she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother. But no more like my father than I too, the Hercules. Within a month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her gullet eyes, she married. Oh, most wicked speed. To post with such dexterity to incestuous hatred, it is not, nor cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship!
I'm glad to see thee well. Horatio! Oh, I do forget myself.
Say, my lord, your poor servant ever.
Sorry, my good friend. I'll change that name with you, but what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcel, my good lord, I'm very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. But what in faith make you from Wittenberg, Horatio?
A truant disposition, my lord.
I would not hear your enemies say so, nor shall you do mine ears have violence to make a truster of your own report against yourself. I know you're no truth. But what is your affair, Nelson? I'll teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Pray thee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. But I'd see my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I'd seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all. Should not look upon his legs again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Seizing your admiration for a while, within the 10th year, I may deliver upon the witness of this gentleman this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together has this gentleman Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead vast middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure like your father, armed at point exactly, cap and pay, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked, by their oppressed and fear surprised eyes within his trunken's length, whilst they, distilled almost to jelly with the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to him. This to me, in dreadful secrecy in part they did, and I with them the 3rd night kept watch, whereas they had delivered, both in time, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father, these hands are not more like.
But what was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we walk.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did. The answer made it none. Yes, once we thought it did lift its head and did address itself to motion as if it would speak. But even then the morning cock crew loud and at the sound it shrunk and haste away and vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true. And we did think it written down in our duty, lest you know of it.
Indeed. Indeed. But this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you.
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe.
My lord, from head to foot.
Saw you not his face.
Oh yes, my lord, he bore his beaver up.
What? Looked he frowning
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
pale or red,
Nay, very pale.
and fixed his eyes upon you.
Most constantly.
How would I have been there?
It would not much amaze you.
Very like. Very like. Stay long.
While one with moderate haste might come to 100.
Longer.
That's not.
And his beard was grizzled.
No, it was, as I've seen it in his life, sable silver.
I'll hold the watch tonight, perchance it will walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it. They'll have itself to gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence still. And whatsoever else shall have tonight, give you an understanding, but no tongue. I'll requite your loves. So upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your loves is mine to you. Farewell. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night would come, till then, sit still my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelmed unto men's eyes.
The necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, this wind gives benefit in convoy's assistance. Do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
As for Hamlet, the trifling of his favor, full of fashion and a toy in blood, the youth and the primy nature, forward not lasting, sweet not permanent, perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more, but so.
Think it no more. He may love you now, but and now no soil doth disperse the virtue of his will. But you must fear his greatness weight, his will is not his own. He himself is subject to his birth. For on his choice depends the health and safety of this whole state. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself. But fear it, Ophelia. If too prudent ear you listen to his song, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, my dear sister. Keep yourself out of the shotted danger of desire. Be wary then. Thus safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none outsneer.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, while, like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and reckons not his own counsel.
Fear me not. Oh, but here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Patient smiles upon a second leave.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard, for wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it, that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse may buy, but expressed not in fancy, rich, not gaudy. For the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank and station are of a most select and generous chief than that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the day the night. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
I most humbly take my leave, my lord.
The time invites you. Go. Your servants tend.
Farewell, sister. And remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell. What is it, Ophelia, he had said to you?
So please you. Something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If it be so, as so 'tis put on me, and that in way of caution I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honor. What is it between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Pooh! You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Marry, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you have taken these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or, not to crack the wind of the poor phrase, running it thus, you'll tender me a fool.
My lord, he hath opportuned me with love and honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springes to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a-making, you must not take for fire. From this time be somewhat more scanter of your maiden presence. Set your entreatments at a higher rate than a command to parley. For Lord Hamlet, believe in him that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. In few, Ophelia, do not believe his vows, for they are brokers not of that dye which their vestment shows, but mere impelators of unholy suits, breathing like sanctified and pious bards, the better to beguile. This is for all. I would not, in plain terms, have you so slander any moment leisure as to give time or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it. I charge you, come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
The air bites shrewdly. It's very cold.
It's a nipping air and eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lasts 12.
No, struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. And it draws near the season when the spirit fellows want to walk. mean, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight and take his rouse, keeps wassail in the swaggering upspring reels. As he drains his drugs and wrench down the kettle drum and trumpet, thus bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Aye, there he is. To my mind, no native here to the manner born, it's a custom more honored than the breach than the observance. This heavy-headed rebel east and west makes us traduced and taxed of other nations. They collect us drunkards, and with swinish phrase soil our additions. And indeed, it takes from our achievement so performed at height the pith and marrow of our attribute.
Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Be thou a spear of health and goblet damned. Bring we the heirs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intents wicked or terrible, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me! Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hurted in death, have burst their cerements. Why the sepulchre where we saw thee quietly inert has oped his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean? That thou dead corpse again in complete steel, revisitest us a glimpse of the moon, making night hideous, and we fools of nature so horribly to shake our disposition with the thoughts beyond the reaches of our soul, say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it summoned parliament to desire for you alone.
Look with what courteous action it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go, my lord.
No, by no means.
If it will not speak, then I'll follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why, what should be the fear? Do not set my life in a pin's fee. And for my soul, what can it do to that being a thing immortal as itself?
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that beetles o'er his basin to the sea, and there assume some other horrible form that might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it!
Still it waves me forth. Go on, I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my
Off
lord!
thy hands!
You rule, you shall not go!
My faith cries out and makes each petty artery in this body as hard as an Nemean lion's nerve. Still I am called. You hand me, gentlemen. By heaven! I'll make a ghost of it and let's see. Go on. I said, I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something's rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow then.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak! Speak!
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I'm bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and by the day confined to fast in fires till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest words would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy eyes like stars start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks depart in each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon the fretful porcupine.
Oh God.
But the eternal blazing is not for ears of flesh and blood. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love. Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder.
Murder most foul is it the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation, so the thought of love shall sweep to my revenge.
I find thee apt. hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. And so, by forwarded process of my death, the whole year of Denmark is rankly abused. Know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul. My uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterous beast with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, oh witchcraft, oh wicked wit, and gifts that have the power so to seduce. One to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen, oh Hamlet, what a falling off was there. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air, brief let me be. Sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed heaven and in a vial, and in the porches of my ear did pour the leprous distilment, which holds so enmity with blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with sudden vigor does posit and curb the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine, so was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off in the very blossom of my sins, unhoused, disappointed, unannaled, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lie, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. The glowworm shows the morning to be near, and begins to pale his ineffectual fire. Adieu, adieu, Hamlet, remember me.
Oh, all you hosts of heaven, remember me. Alas, poor ghost, my memory holds a seat in this distracted gloom. Remember thee. Yea, from the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial foreign records, and thy commandment alone shall live in the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yet, I have it. Oh, villain. Villain! Smiling, damned villain. Meet it as I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. But now it's to my word. It is adieu, adieu. Remember me. I've sworn it.
My lord! Lord Hamlet!
Let it be.
Heaven secure him! Hi-ho-ho, my lord!
Hi-ho-ho, boys! Come!
What is it, my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, most wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord, by heaven.
Heart of a man, one city, but you'll be secret.
I, my lord.
There's not a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right. You are in the right, and so without more circumstance, of course, of thought, I will fit them shake hands and par you as your business and desire shall point you, for every man have business and desire, and such as it is for my own poor part. Look you, I'll go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend you. Yes, in faith, heartily.
There's no offense, my lord.
By right, St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio, much offense too. Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost. That let me tell you. For you desire to know what is between us, overmaster it as you may. And now, good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, grant me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Never, my lord.
But swear it.
In faith, my lord, not
Nor
I.
I, my lord, in faith.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed.
But, my lord, we have sworn already.
Upon my sword. Art thou there too, Benny? Come on, you be this devil and consent to swear.
Oppose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword. Nay, then we'll shift our ground. Come hither, gentlemen, and lay your head together upon my sword. Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword. Can't you be quay then? We'll shift our ground. Once more removed, good friend.
Day and night, this is quite restrained.
Therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, here as before. Never, so help you mercy. How strange or odd soever I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think me to put an antic disposition on, that you at such time seeing me never shall, with arms encumbered thus, or this head shake, or by some pronouncing of some doubtful phrase to note that you know aught of me, swear. Rest, betrubed spirit. Then we'll go in together. And still, your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Come, let's go together.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I've been so affrighted.
With what in the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all enclosed, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled and guarded and down gibed to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in report, as if he'd been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face, as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shadow all his bulk, and end his being. That done, he lets me go. And with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their help, until the last bended their light on me.
Come with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property foredoes itself, and leads the will to desperate undertakings as oft as any passion under heaven that does afflict our natures. I am sorry. What? Hath you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. Beshrew my jealousy. I thought to watch him, but by heaven, it is as proper to our age to cast beyond ourselves in our opinions as it is common for the younger sort to lack discretion. Come, we will go seek the king. This must be known, which being kept close might move more to grief, to high than hate to utter love.
Oh, welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke this hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? So called. Is it nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was? What it should be, more than his father's death, that thus had put him far from understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. We entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighbor to his youth and behavior, that you vouchsafe your rest here some little time at our court, and so by your companies draw him on to pleasures, and so gather, as so much from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, and that opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am. Two men there are not living to whom he more adheres. If it please you to extend your stay with us a while, for so much gentry and goodwill, for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation will receive a thanks worth a king's remembrance.
Hold your majesty's mind, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures into command, then to entreat.
But we both obey. And here give up ourselves, in the full faith, to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Well, thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, and I beseech you to instantly go visit my much-to-changed son.
Heaven make our presence and practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
My lord, I think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the path of policy so sure as it hath used to, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Now, speak of that. That do I long to hear.
I'm sure it's no other but the main. Hamlet's father's death and our or hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift in.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. The son is mad. Mad call I it, for what is it to define madness but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity. Pity 'tis true. A foolish figure. But farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant him then, and thus remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect. For this defect, defective, comes by cause. Thus remains, and the remainder thus. Append, I have a daughter, hath while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark, hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear. In her excellent white bosom, these...
Take this from Hamlet to her.
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, oh, most best, believe it, adieu. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him Hamlet. All this, in her duty and obedience, hath my dear daughter given me, and more above hath his solicitings, as they fell out by time, by means and place, all given to mine ear.
And how has she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable?
I fain prove so, but what might you think? If when I had seen this hot love on the wing, as I perceived it, I must come and tell you that, before my daughter told me. What might you think? Oh, my dear Majesty, your queen here think, if I had looked on this love with idle sight, or given played the desk or table book? No. What might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. The Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star, this must not be. And then I precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and here a post, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, and then into a fast, and thence into a watch, and thence into a weakness, and thence into a lightness, and then by this declension into the madness where now he raves, and all we mourn for. Do you think 'tis this?
It could be very likely.
Had there been such a time, I fain know that, when I said positively so, and it proved otherwise?
Not that I know.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise. If circumstance lead, I will find where the truth is hid, though it were hidden indeed within the center.
How shall we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
He does indeed.
At such a time, I'll use my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the arras, then, mark the occasion. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, well, let me be no assistant to a state, and keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
Alas, look, the poor wretch comes reading.
Oh, away, I do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. Oh, give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, for to be honest as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That is very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrier. Have your daughter?
I have, my lord.
Oh, let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive, friend. Look to it.
What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Oh, slander, sir, for the satirical rogue here says that old men have grey beards. Their eyes perfect amber and plum tree gum. Their faces wrinkled, and they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. Oh, sir, though I must powerfully and pardonably believe, yet I hope not honesty to have thus set down. For yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though this be madness, there is method in it. Do you walk out of doors, my lord?
To my grave.
Indeed, that is out of doors. Most honorable lord, I humbly take my leave of you.
Oh, you cannot, sir, take from me anything I will more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Oh, except my life!
Very well, my lord.
It's tedious, old
You seek the Lord Hamlet? There he is.
God save you, sir. My honored lord!
Oh, my excellent
Most dear lord!
Oh, Guildenstern, Rosencrantz, good lads, how do you both?
Well, as the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of our shoes.
Oh, neither, my lord.
Then you live about a waist or in the middle of her favors.
Faith, her private suite.
That's true, she is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Oh, then doomsday's near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hand of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
Oh, a goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst.
Oh, we think not so, my lord.
Oh, then 'tis none to you. There's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it's a prison.
Why then your ambition makes one. Oh, 'tis too narrow for your minds.
I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself king of infinite space. But not that I had bad dreams. Shove me to the court, for by my fay I had not reason.
We'll wait upon you.
No, no such matter. I'm not to sort you with the rest of my servants, for to speak to you like an honest man, and most dreadfully attended. But in a being sort of way, what make you at us north?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I'm even more poor in thanks, but I thank you. And my thanks are too dear halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for. There's a confession in your looks which your modesties have not crafted well enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. Let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, be even indirect with me, whether you are sent for or no.
What say you?
My lord, we were sent for.
I'll tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen mote no feather. I've of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavily with this disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave, overhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, no woman neither, but while you're smiling, you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Then why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
Well, to think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what land entertainment shall the players receive from you? We caught them on the way, and hither do they come to offer you service.
He who plays the king shall be welcome. What players are they?
Even those you were wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
Oh,
There are the players.
come, gentlemen, come in. Your hands thus. But my aunt and mother and uncle father are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
A mad north-northwest. When the wind southerly, I know hot from a handsaw.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Mark you, Guildenstern, and you two at each ear a hearer. This great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clouds.
Happily, he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
With prophecy, he's come to tell me of the players. Mark it. You say right, sir, on Monday mornings or so indeed.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
The actors have come hither, my lord.
My spies.
By mine honor, the best actors in the land, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical comical, tragical historical, pastoral comical, scene individual, or poem unlimited. Senator cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. The law of Vick and the liberty, these are the only men.
O Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou.
What a treasure had he, my lord.
Why, one fair daughter and a more, the which he loved passing well.
What follows then, my lord?
As by lot God wot, and then you know, it came to pass as most like it was, but look where my bridgeman comes. Oh, welcome, good masters, welcome all, welcome, my good friends. Oh, my old friends. My face is valid since I last saw thee. Though it's not appeared me in speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak a speech once, but it was never active, for the play I remember pleased not the million. Now one speech in it I chiefly loved, 'twas Aeneas' tale to Dido. Ne'er got especially where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. Let me see. Begin with this line. With eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, old Grandshire Priam speaks. Proceed you.
Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide. But with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, seeming to feel the blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed to stick in the air.
This is too long.
Shall be longer with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry or a sleep. Say on. Come to Hecuba.
Oh, who had seen the Moblid Queen?
The Moblid Queen.
That's good. The Moblid Queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening flames with Bison ruin, a clout on the head where late a diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all or timid loins, a blanket caught up in the alarm of fear. But if the gods themselves could see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made Milch the burning eyes of heaven.
See by the change in color and the tears in his eyes, I pray you no more.
'Tis well. We'll have thee speak the rest out soon. Good my lord, will you see these players well bestowed?
My lord, I will see them to their just deserts.
God's bodkin, man, much better. Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merits in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Dost thou hear me, old friend? Could you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow night. You could for a need study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines which I could set down and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Follow that, Lord, and look you mock him not. My friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
I'll be with you. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her working on his visage wand, tears in his eyes, destruction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his own conceit, and for nothing, for Hecuba. Was Hecuba him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive, or the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears, yet I, a dull and muddy meadowed rascal, peak like John a dream, unpregnant to my cause, and can say nothing. No, no, not for a king, upon whose life and most dear property a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my pain across, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me a line in the throat as deep in the lungs. Who calls me this? Soon I should take it. For it cannot be that I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter air. I would have fatted all the regions tight with this slain's awful bloody body villain. Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, oh, vengeance! Oh, what an ass am I! This is most brave that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and just like a whore, unpacked my heart with words and full of cursing like a very drab, a scullion, fireman, oh, about my brain! I've heard the guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they've professed the malfactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, shall speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. But if he but blench, I know my course. The spirit I've seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, yea. And perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The place, the thing, where I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Can you, by no distant circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted. But from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof when we would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
Well, did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his disposition.
Niggard of questions, but from our demands, most free in his reply.
Well, did you assay him with any pastime?
Well, madam, it is so fell up that certain players that we overwrought are on the way. Of these we told them, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. Well, they are about the court, and as I hear, they have already ordered to play before him tonight.
'Tis most true, and he did beseech me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
Oh, with all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him further edge, and drive his purpose on to these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us to it, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by chance, an accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful espials, will so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, may so of their encounter frankly judge, and so by him gather, as he has behaved, if it be his affliction or no, that makes him suffer thus.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do so wish that your good beauties will be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. And so I also hope that your virtues shall bring Hamlet back to his wonted way again. To both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, while you here, gracious so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. That show of such an exercise will color your loneliness. Oh, I hear him coming. My lord, let's withdraw.
to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks of flesh's heir too. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who follow bears to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no travelers return, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. Thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft. The fair Ophelia, named for thy own sins be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank thee. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them?
No, not I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know very well you did. And with them, words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove kind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. The power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of beauty can translate honesty to his likeness. This was at one time a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our own stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest. Yet I can accuse me of such things. It were better my mother had not borne me. I'm very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thought to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between heaven and earth? We are errant knaves, all. Believe none of us. Go thy way to a nunnery. your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him! That he may put the fool no way in his own house! Farewell!
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou wilt marry, I'll give you this plate for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to another, go. Farewell. Oh, if thou wilt marry, marry a fool! For wives I know well enough what monsters ye make of them. To a nunnery, go.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I've heard of your paintings too, well enough. God has given you one face and you make yourself another. You jade, you amble, you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures and you make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll have no more of it. It has made me mad! I say, we shall have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown! The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I, ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble, most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love. His affections did not that way tend. Nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like this. No, there is something in his soul, over which his melancholy will sit unproved. And I do doubt the hatch, and the disclose should be some danger. For which to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, there to demand our neglected tribute. Happily the seas and countries, different with variable objects, shall expel this something settled matter in his heart. Whereon, his brains still beating, shall put him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do well, but if you see fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him. I'll be placed, so please you, in the air of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or else confine him where your wisdom best shall be.
Let it be so. For madness and great ones must not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounce it to you, tripping thee on the tongue. But if you mouth as many of your players do, I had as lief the tongue crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hands, thus, but use all gently. For the very torrent tempest, and as I may say, the whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and begin a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the very soul to hear a robustrous, periwig plated fellow tear a passionate tatters, the very rags to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. But let's have such a fellow wit for overdoing trouble, yet I pray you, avoid it.
I warrant, Your Honor.
Be not too tame, neither. But sooth, Let your discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special overstep, not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose at play, whose end, both at the first and now was and is, as 'twere to hold the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body, the time is form and pressure. Now, this come tardy off. I make the unskillful laugh, but do not make the judicious grieve. The censure of which one must in your allowance overweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players I've seen play, and heard others praising that highly too, not to speak profanely, and neither having the accents of Christians, nor the gaits of Christians, nor pagans, nor men, have so strutted and bellowed that I thought some of nature's journeymen had made men and not made them well. I pray you avoid it.
I hope we have reformed that indifferently with us, sir.
Oh, reform it altogether. Go, make you ready. And now, my lord, will the king give this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that presently.
Horatio!
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
There's a play tonight before the king. And one scene, if it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death, I pray thee. And thou seest the act for, even with the very comment of thy soul. Observe my uncle. If this occult of guilt do not itself enkennel in one speech, it's a damned ghost that we see. And my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's Scythe. Give him heedful note, and I mine eyes will wicked to his face, and after we both our judgments join in censure of his seeming.
Well, my lord, if he steal off the whilst this play is playing and escape detection, I will pay the fact.
I must be out of the full place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, in faith of the comedian's dish, I eat the air. Promise cram, you do not feed cake and so.
I have nothing with that answer, Hamlet. Those words are not mine.
Oh, mine now. Ooh. My lord, you once played in the university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and I was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I enacted Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It's a brute part of him to kill so capital a calf there. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord. Will they stay upon your patience?
Dear Hamlet, come hither and stand by me.
No, mother, here's metal more attractive.
Oh, you mark that.
Lady, may I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I meant my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Did you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
It's a fair thought to lie between a maid's legs.
What is my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
Oh, who I?
Aye, my lord.
Oh, God, you're only jig maker. What should a man do but be merry? For look you, how cheerful my mother looks. And my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long. Nay, then let the devil work glad, for I've a suit of sables. Oh, God, died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet. And there's great hope a man's memory may outlive his life half a year, but my lady, he must build churches, or else he'll suffer from not taking on with the hobby horse, whose epitaph is for oh, the hobby horse is for God.
For us and for our tragedy, ere stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this a prologue or a cozy of a ring?
It is brief, my lord.
That's woman's love.
Full 30 times has Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune sold bosh, and telescoped ground, and 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen about the world times 12 30s beam, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite mutual in sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er ere love be done. But Woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheering from your former state.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind. Honored, beloved, and haply one as kind, for husband shalt thou—
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. And second husband, let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first.
Wormwood, wormwood.
The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine, off we break. But to orderly end where I begun, our wills and fates do so contrary run, that our devices still are o'erthrown. Our thoughts are ours, their aims none of our own. So think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light. Sport and repose lost for me day and night. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife, if once a widow, ever I be wife.
'Tis deeply sworn. Faith, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep, rock thy brain, and never come this chance between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady protests too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word. What do you call the play?
The mouse trap. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I can interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying.
You are keen, my lord, you are keen.
Oh, it cost you a groaning to take off my edge.
Still better, and worse.
So to your husband, begin, murderer, fox, leave thy damnable faces. Begin, the croaking raven doth bellow for revenge.
Thoughts black, hands apt, drugs fit, and time agree. Confederate season, else no creature seen. Thou mixture rank of midnight herbs collected, with Hecate's ban thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, on wholesome life usurp immediately.
He murders him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago. The story's extant in written choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets to love with Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
Frighted by false fire.
How fares my lord?
Give all the play.
Give me some light! Away! Why let the stricken deer go weep? The harlan gallant flame. Well, some must watch, some must weep. Some runs the world away. With this non-sir, forced feathers, give me a cry in the fellowship of players, sir.
I'm sir.
A whole one eye, for thou dost know what in near this round is better was. The children of now is here very, very peacock.
You might have rhymed.
I'll take the ghost word for £1,000. Didst perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poisoning.
I did very well know him.
Come, some music, come, the recorder for it. The king like not the comedy, then belike you like it not parody.
Good, my lord. Vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you. If it shall please your lord to make me a wholesome answer.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wrist is eased. But such answers as I can make, you shall command, or as you say, my mother.
And thus she says your behavior has struck her to amazement and admiration.
Oh, such a wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. But is there no sequel to the heels of this mother's admiration? In part.
She wants you to go to her closet. Ere you go to that.
We would obey were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, once did love me.
So I do still, by these pickers and stealers.
Oh, good my lord, but what is your cause of distemper?
Sir, I lack advancement.
How can that be? When you have the voice of the king for your succession in Denmark.
Ah, sir, but as the grass grows, the proverb something must be. To withdraw with you, why do you go about to recover the wings of me as if you would drive me into a toil?
Oh, my lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly.
I do not well understand that. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
Oh, 'tis as easy as lying. Govern these vintages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look, these are the star-harps.
But this cannot I command with any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now, how unworthy a thing you make of me. You play upon me. You seem to know my stops. You pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass, and there's much music. Most excellent voice in this little organ, yet cannot you make it speak? What? Do you think I'm easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you confront me yet you cannot play upon me.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
I see yonder cloud that's almost in the shape of a camel.
By the mass, 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it's like a weasel.
It is back like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
I'll come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bend. I'll come to my mother by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. Tis now a very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now might I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on it. So, now to my mother. O heart, lose not thy nature. Let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. For how in my soul soever she be shed, to give them seers never my soul consent.
I like him not. It stands not safe for us, but let its madness rage. Therefore, prepare you. I have your commission here forthwith dispatched. Ye shall to England along with you. The terms of our estate may not endure the hazard of such danger, but doth hourly grow out of his lunacies.
We will ourselves provide, most holy and sacred, for it is to keep safe those many, many bodies that live and feed upon your majesty.
The single and most peculiar life is found, with all the strength and armor of the mind, to keep itself from annoyance, never to the king's side alone, but for the general grub.
Arm you, I pray, to this speedy voyage. For this fetters we will put on this sphere, which now goes too free-footed.
We will haste us.
My lord, he's going to his mother's closet. Behind your ass, I'll convey myself to hear the process. And warrant she'll tax him home, and as you said, and wisely was it said, 'tis meet that something more than mother, whose nature makes them partial, should o'erhear the speech of vantage. Very well, my liege. I'll call upon you ere you go to bed, and tell you what I know.
Thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It had the primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray can I not? Now in pinch, be as sharp as will. My greater guilt defeats my great intent. And like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause, where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy, but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in prayer but a twofold force? To be forestalled ere we come to fall, pardoned, being down. Well, then I'll look up. My fault is past. What form of prayer serves my turn? Forgive me my foul murder? That cannot be. For I am possessed of the very effects of which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense in this corrupted world of currents? Offence's gilded hand may sweep by justice, and oft 'tis seen the wicked prize itself buys out the law. Oh, 'tis not so above. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled, even to the teeth and forehead of our guilts, to give in evidence. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can, what can it not? Yet what can it, when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state! A bosom black with death! O limed soul that struggling to be free are more engaged! Help, angels! Make us aid! Bow, stubborn knees! Hearts with string of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he's praying. And now we'll do it! And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenged. I would be sad the villain kills my father, for that I, his sole son, do the same villain send to heaven. Oh, this is higher in salary, not revenge. You took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown as flush as May, and ours on it stands, who knows, save heaven. But in our circumstance, a course of thought is heavy with him. And am I then revenge to take it in the purging of his soul when he's fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Oh, up sword. And know thou a more horrid head. When he's drunk asleep, or in a rage, when the incestuous pleasure of his bed, and gaming, swearing, or some act that has no relish of salvation, then tripping, that his heels may kick in heaven, and his soul be as black and damned as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. His physic but prolongs my sickly days.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts, never to heaven go.
him straight. Look you, lay home to him, tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear, and that your grace hath screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll sconce me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
I'll warrant you. Fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Hello, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you had my father much offended.
Oh, come, for you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
How now, Hamlet?
What's the matter?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rude not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. When it were not so, you are my mother.
Well, nay, then I shall set those against you that can speak.
Come and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not so glad for you may see the inward part of you.
Oh, what wilt thou do? Do not!
Help!
Do not!
Help! No! A rat! Dead! Death for a dead! Dead!
What hast thou done?
I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, to kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
My lady told my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell! I took thee for thy better. Leave ring me off your hands. Peace. And sit you down. And let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned customs have not brasted so that its proof and bulwark can sense.
Oh, what hast thou done, that thou darest to wag thy tongue in noise or rude against me?
Such a deed that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from a fair forehead of an innocent love and places a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dices of such a deed is thought sick at the act.
What act? That with noise so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here upon this picture and on this. The counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See when a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curse. The front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars, the friend in command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heavy kissing hill, a combination of form and deed where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now, what follows? This is your husband. Like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you from this fair mountain lead to feed and bat on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for a dear day, the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Oh, speak no more. Thou hast turned my eyes into my very soul. I see such black and graded spots as will not be venting.
But to live in the ranks where the men semen bad, stewing corruption, how do you make love over the nasty side?
No more, sweet Hamlet. These words like daggers into my ears, no more!
A murderer! And a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the time of your preceded mode of ice of kings, a converse of the empire and the rule that from the shelf a precious diadem stole and put it in pocket.
No more!
Carry those shreds and batch. Save me and over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure? You not come, you tardy son and child. The lapse in time and passion let go by. The important acting of your dread command, no stay.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Conceit in the weakest body's strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, How is it with you that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with an incorporeal air do hold discourse? O gentle sun, upon thy heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Look how pale he glares. Do not look at me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effects, and what I have to do will want true colors, tears, perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
You see nothing there.
Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see.
Nor do you nothing here.
No, nothing. Just us.
Look. Look how it steals away. My father! Look at the heaven of you live!
Oh, Hamlet, this is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless ecstasy creation is very cunning in.
Ecstasy. My pulse, as yours, does temperately take time and makes its healthful music. It's not madness that I've uttered. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past and avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost of the weeds to make them ranker.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
And throw away the worst part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have not. Refrain tonight, and I will lead to a kind of easiness in the next abstinence. Once more, good night. For this same, Lord, I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish this with me and me with this. But I must be their scourge and minister. I will bestow the body and answer well the death I gave him. One word more, lady.
What shall I do?
None of this, none of this. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed. Pinch wanton on your cheeks, and make you for a pair of reachy kisses or panting in your make you ravel all this matter out that I am essentially not in madness, but mad in craft.
Rest thou assured, and that if life and words be made of life, and life be made of breath, I have no life to breathe what thou hast just said to me.
I must to England. You know that.
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
This letter's sealed. And my two schoolfellows, who I trust as I will adders famed, they bear the mandate. Let be. For 'tis sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard. This man shall send me packing. Good night, mother. Indeed, this counsel is most still, most secret, most grave. Who in life was a foolish, prating knave? Come to draw with an end with you. Good night, mother.
These sighs, these profound heaves, you must translate as fit we understand them. Where is thy son?
Oh, bestow this place on us a little while. Oh, my lord, what have I seen tonight?
What, Gertrude? How is Hamlet?
Oh, as mad as the sea and the wind, when both contend which is the mightier, and in his lawless fit, here's something stir behind the rasp, and he whips out his rapier and cries, a rat, and in his brainish apprehension, he kills the unseemly good old man.
Oh, heavy deed!
madness, like some ore of minerals, base metals used. It shows itself pure. Oh, he winks for what is done.
Virtue, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we must shift it hence, and this vile deed we must, in all our majesty and skill, both continence and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! Good friends, go find you some further aid, for Hamlet in his madness hath Polonius slain. And from his mother's closet he hath dragged him. So go seek him out, speak fair, and go find the body and bring it into the chapel. Pray, I go. Wait. Comfort.
Safely stowed.
Lord Hamlet!
What noise you called on Hamlet?
My lord, what have you done with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
My lord, you must tell us where it is, so we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not my own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge. What replication should be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord?
Aye, sir. It soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers as you do the king best service in the end. Keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw, first mouths to be swallowed last, and when he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you, and sponge you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
Glad to hear that ape's speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
The king is with the body, but the body's not with the king. The king's a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of nothing. Take me to him. I want an all after!
I have sent to seek him, to find the body. Now, how dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Thou must not be put with strong law in him. He is loved of the distracted multitude. Like not in their judgment, but in their eyes. And where 'tis so, the offender's scourge is weighed, never the offense. The barrel smooth and even. The sudden sending him away must seem deliberate pause. Diseases, desperate blow, by desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. What have we fallen?
Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord. We cannot get from him.
But where is he?
Without my lord. Oh, guard to know your
Oh, bring him before us.
Ho! Guildenstern! Bring in my lord!
Hamlet, where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eaten at him. Your worms, you're only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures, else to fat ourselves, and we fat ourselves from maggot. That's 2 dishes but 1 table, that's the end.
Alas! Alas!
Men may fish with the worm that hath eat of a king, and eat of the fish that hath fed of that worm.
What dost thou mean by this?
Nothing. But to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven, ascend hither to see. But indeed, if your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But indeed, if you find him not within these 2 months, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
You stay till you come.
Hamlet, this deed, for thine especial safety, for which we do tender, as much as you clearly grieve that which thou hast done, must ship thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare yourself. The bark is ready. The wind at help. The associates tend, and all is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet. Good. Aye, Hamlet. It is. Thou knowest our purposes. I see a cherub that sees them. But come for England! Good night, mother!
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
Oh, my mother. Mother and wife is man and woman is one flesh, and so my mother. But come for England! Follow him afoot. Tempt him aboard with all speed. Delay it not. I'll have him hence tonight. Away. Everything is sealed and done. And all else, let things on the affair. I pray you. Away. In England, if my love thou dost love, our coldly set our sovereign process, which imported full, by letters concurring to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic, in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me, till I know 'tis done. However, perhaps, my joys will never be done.
Go, Captain, from me. Greet the Danish king. Tell him that by his license, Fortinbras craves the conveyance of a promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. If that his majesty would aught with us, we shall express our duty in his eye, and let him know so.
I will do it, my lord.
Go softly on.
Sir, whose powers are these?
They have Norway, sir,
On purpose, sir, I pray you.
to gain a small part of Poland.
Who commands them, sir?
The nephews of old Norway, sir. Fortinbras.
Go against the maid of Poland or for some frontier.
Oh, just to speak, a small part. Has nothing in it for profit, but only the name. Pay 5 ducats. 5. I would not farm it.
Then Napoleon will never defend it.
Yes, sir, it's already garrisoned.
I humbly thank thee, sir.
God be with you, sir.
Will it please you go, my lord?
Go a little before, I'll be with you straight.
How all occasions do inform against me, and spur my dull revenge. What is a man, if his chief good and market of his time be but to sleep and feed? A beast, no more. Sure he, that made us with such large discourse, looking both before and after, gave us not the capability and godlike reason to fasten us unused. And whether it be bestial oblivion, or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, a thought which quartered hath but 1 part wisdom and ever 3 parts coward. I do not know why yet I live to say this thing's to do, save I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. Examples as gross as earth exhort me. Witness this army of such mass and charge, led by a delicate and tender prince, whose spirit with divine ambition puffed makes mouths of the invisible event, exposing what's mortal and unsure to all that fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. Frightfully to be great is not to stir without great argument, but greatly to find quarrel in a straw when honor's at the stake. How stand I then, who have a father killed, a mother stayed, excitement in my reasons and my blood, and let all sleep. Well, to my shame, I see the imminent death of 20,000 men who, for a fantasy and a trick of fame, go to their graves like beds. Fight for a plot wherein the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not tomb enough and continent enough to hide the slain. From this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.
I will not speak with her.
Twere good she were spoken with. For she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some greater miss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt, it spills itself in fearing to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoon.
What imparts this beautiful song, sweet dame?
Say you? Nay, pray you, mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you, mark. White as shroud as the mountain snow, lauded with sweet flowers, which bewet to the grave did go, with his true love shower.
Alas, look here, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God help you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
Pray, let's have no words of this. For when they ask you what it means, they say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning time, and I am made your window to be a valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes, and up the chamber door, let in a maid, that out a maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, law without an oath, I'll make an end on it. By jizz and vice and charity, alack and by for shame, young men will do it if they come to it by cock the art of blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, promise me to wed. He answers, so would I have done by yonder sun, if thou hadst not come to my bed.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. But I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Stay close to her, I pray you. Give a good watch. Oh, this is poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude. When sorrows come, they come not as single spies, but in battalions.
What noise is this?
What's the matter? Where is the king? Oh, thou vile king, give me my father!
Calm thee, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that is corn proclaims me bastard. Christ, come hold to my mother.
What is the cause, Laertes? That makes thy rebellion look so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear our person. Come, Laertes. Why art thou so incensed? Let him go, Gertrude. Speak then!
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be trifled with. Let come what comes, but I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
He shall stay you.
My will, not all the world.
How then will you know? Why, good Laertes, do you wish to know the certainty of your dear father's death? So how is it writ in your revenge? That you will swoop state come down and draw both friend and foe, winner and loser? None but his enemies. And how will you know them?
To his good friends thus wide I'll open my arms.
Now you speak like a good child and a
a true gentleman. How now? Wait, dry up my grades. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. My heavens, thy madness will be paid by weight till our scale turn the beam. Is it possible a young maid's wits could be as mortal as an old man's life? Thy wits and did persuade revenge, it could not move us.
You must sing a downer, and you call him a downer. Oh, how the wheel becomes it. It is this false steward that stole his master's daughter!
This nothing's more than matter.
There's rosemary for you. That's for remembrance. Pray, love. Remember. There's pansies. That's for thoughts. There's rosemary for you, and here's some rue for you, and here's some for me. You may call it herb graces some days. Oh, you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was as white as snow, all flaxen was his poll. He is gone, he is gone, and we cast away moan, God have mercy on his soul, and of all Christian souls, I pray God be with ye.
Do you see this? Oh, God. Aleritus, I must commune with your grief, for you deny me right. Go but apart. Choose whom among your friends you may. Let them hear and judge twixt you and me. If by direct or by communal hand they find us touched, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we can ours, to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us, that we may doubly join with your soul to give it due content. Let this be so. And let as the offense is, let the great axe fall. Now, go with me.
God bless you, sir.
Let him bless thee too.
Shall it be pleased, sir? I have a letter for you. It was carried by the ambassador bound for England. If you be Horatio, as I am let know.
Horatio, when thou shalt overlook this, give this fellow some means to the king. He has letters for him. Here we were, 2 days old at sea. A pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant, they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy. They knew what they did. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb. Yet are they much too light for the more of the matter. This good fellow will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine. Hamlet. Come, I will make way for these letters, and do it the speedier, that you may direct me to him from whom you brought them.
Your conscience must my acquaintance seal, and you must put me in your heart of friends, for you have heard, and by a knowing ear, that he who had killed your father pursued my life.
Well, Piers, tell me why you proceeded not against these feats, so capital and crimeful in nature, that by your safety, your wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up.
For two special reasons, which may seem to you most unseemly, but for me, quite strong. The queen, her mother, his mother, lives almost by his looks. For myself, my virtue or my plague, be it either which, she is most conjunctive to my life and soul, so that, as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but in hers. The other motive, why to a public count I may not go, he's loved the distracted multitude, who, like not in their judgment, but in their eyes, and where 'tis so, the offender scourge his way, but never the offense. To bear all smooth and even, the sudden setting him away must seem deliberate pause. Caesar's desperate groan, like desperate appliance, must be relieved, or not at all. The general gender loves himself, and all his faults they dip in their affection. Would, like the spring that turns the wood to stone, convert all his guilts to graces, so that my arrows, too lightly timbered or so loud a wind, must revert back to my bow again, and not where I had aimed them.
So I have a noble father lost, and a sister driven to desperate terms. My revenge will come.
Break not thy sleep for that. You must not think me made of stuff so flat and dull that I would let my beard be shook with danger and think it pastime. You soon shall know more. I loved your father. We love ourselves. That, I hope, will instruct you on. Now, what news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. This is your majesty. Hamlet, this to the queen.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord.
There it is. You shall hear. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow, I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? The rest come back? Is this some abuse? So it goes.
Know you the hand?
Hamlet's character. Naked. And in his postscript he says, alone. Can you advise me?
I'm lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart to know that I shall live to tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
If it be so, how should it be so? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so as not to be overruled to a peace.
Now, to thine own peace. But if he can now return, it's checking at his voyage, that he means no more to undertake it. I will take him to an exploit, now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose to fall. And of his death, no wind of blame shall breathe. Even his mother shall the practice of an accident.
I will be devised so that I might be the organ. It falls right. Laertes, was your father dear to you? Or are you like the picture? Of a faint. A
Why
face
ask
without
you
a
this?
heart. Why ask you this? With Hamlet returned, what should you undertake to show yourself your father's son? Indeed, not in words.
To cut his throat in the church.
Hamlet back, you shall know you have come home. We shall put on those who shall praise your excellence and set a double varnish on your fame the Frenchman gave you. They shall bring you fine together, wager on your heads, and he, being remiss, most generous, and free from all conniving, will be remiss or not to check the foils, which you may, or with ease or with a little shuffling, choose the sword unbaited, and in a passive practice, requite him for your father.
I will do it. And for this purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataplasm, so rare, collected of all simples that have virtue if the moon could save the thing from death withal. I touch my point with this contagion, so that if I but gall him slightly, it may be death.
Let's further think on it. This practice needs a back or a second. So, let me see. I have it. Then in your motions, you get hot and dry, and make your bouts more violent to that effect. And he calls for drink. I shall have prepared him a chalice for nonce. And if you by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose shall be held there. Oh, how now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
There is a willow that grows aslant a brook, that shows its hair loose in the glassy stream. And there with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples, that liberal shepherds give a grosser name. But our cold maids, who dead men's fingers call them, there on the pendant boughs, her clamoring weeds, clamoring to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down she and her weedy trophies fell into the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like, and for a while they bore her up. She started to sing snatches of old tunes, as if one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, when her garments heavy with their drink pulled the melodious wretch into a muddy death.
Alas, and she is drowned. Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia. Therefore I forbid my tears. The nature her custom holds. When these are out, the woman will be gone. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire in me that fain would blaze, but that this folly douses it.
Gertrude must father, how much I have to do to calm his rage. Now this, I think, will give it start again. Now, therefore, for the spot.
my youth, when I did love, I thought it was very sweet to contract all the time for my behold. I thought it was nothing neat.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business, and he sings at grave making?
How can have made it even a property of easiness?
'Tis even so, to handle little employment hath the daintier sense.
Aged at stealing steps had caught me in his clutch and sent me to the land as if I was never such.
That's so. Had a tongue in it, and can sing once. How the knave jabbers it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. Might be the pate of a politician which this ass now overreaches, one that might circumvent God, might it not?
Is mine, my lord?
Or the pate of a lord that might say, Good morrow, sweet lord, how dost thou, good lord? Might be my lord such a one that praised my lord such a one's horse when he meant Beckett, might it not?
Aye, my lord.
He's even so. And now my lady worms, chapless, and knocked about the matter with a sexton spade. But these bones cost no more the breeding than the pay of loggets at them. Mine ache to think on it. I'll talk to this fellow.
Pickaxe and a spade for the shrouding cheek.
Whose grave is this, sirrah?
It's mine, sir.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou dost lie in it.
You might help it, sir. Therefore it is not yours. I do not lie in it, yet it is mine.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou dost lie in it. Thou dost lie in it, though 'tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest.
It's a quick lie, sir. 'Twill a gain from me to you.
What man dost thou take it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who was to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. Where speak by the corridor, equivocation will undo us. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days of the year came to that very day our last King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool could tell that. It's the very day young Hamlet was born. He that was mad, sent to England.
I married. Why was he sent to England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there. He do not, it does not matter.
Why?
Because he will not be seen in him there. Because the man there is as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely.
Faith and with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, he in Denmark.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Well, if he not be rotten before he die, because we have many boxy corpses that can barely take the lane in. He will last you some 8 years, 9 years. A tenor will last you 9 years.
Why he more than another?
Why, sir? His hide is so tanned with his trade, he will keep out water a great while. And water's a sore decay of your washed dead body. Take this skull here. This skull here has been in the earth some 12 years.
Whose was it?
A whoreson mad fellow he was. Who do you think?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flag in the rain to show me had one. This skull, sir, is Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
And that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite jest and most excellent fancy. It bore me on his back 1,000 times. And now how important it is in my imagination. My gored ribs had it. Here hung those lips I kissed, I don't know how often. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar. Oh, and now, to mock your own grinning, quite chapfallen. Now, get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch
Vick. To this end she must come. I can laugh at that. Really, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What's that, my lord?
I saw the Alexander look in this fashion in the earth.
Ain't so?
Smelt so.
Ain't so, my lord.
What base uses we may return, Horatio. Why may not imagination twist the noble dust of Alexander till he find it stopping a bungle?
Twere to consider too curiously to consider so.
In faith, not a drop, but to follow him thither with modesty enough, and likelihood to leave it as thus. Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returneth to dust. The dust is earth, of earth we make loam, and why of that loam whereto he was converted might he not stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that earth that kept the world in awe might stop a wall to expel the winter flaw. The king, the queen, the courtiers, who's this they follow? With such name and rights? As just but took the course they followed did with desperate hand, for do its own life, perhaps for some stay country while a mark.
Ceremony else.
As Laertes, very noble youth, monk.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies are far and large as to our warranties. Her death was doubtful, and as a great command overswayed our order, she should in ground unsanctified have lodged until the final trumpet.
No more be done.
No more be done. We would profane the service for the dead, to sing requiem and as rest as for peace-parted souls.
Lair in the earth. From her bare unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
What the fair Philia?
Sweets for the sweet, farewell. I had so hoped that you would be my Hamlet's wife, that thy bridemaid would be decked, not strewn at my grave.
Treble woe. Fall 10 times treble upon the wicked head whose cursed deed deemed his sense deprived thee of. Hold off the dirt a while, till once more I held her in mine arms. Now pile on your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat mountain you have made, the overtop old Pelion of the sky's blue of Mount Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures not the wandering stars, makes him stand like wander-wounded heroes? It is I, Hamlet the day.
The devil take thy sword!
God, take those fingers through my throat.
Cut them asunder!
Hamlet! Hamlet!
My lord, be quiet!
I will play with him upon the theme to violence and will go away.
Of what theme, O son?
I love Ophelia. Who needs other brothers cannot with all the quantities of love make up my sum?
Oh, here's not Laertes.
your majesty, my God, forbear him!
True, show me what thou do! Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, drink a bison, eat a crocodile, do it! Dost thou come here to whine? Do outface me with jumping in her grave? Be buried quick with her, and so will I. And if thou crave of mountains, let them throw millions of acres on us, till thou ground his pate, burning the warnings on the also like a wart.
Oh, the new madness, oh, for a while the fit would be with him. But anon, like a female dove, in disclosure, of disclose, as she couples her couplets and her golden rings. But he will sit in silence, drooping.
Hear me, sir. Why do you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it's no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
I pray you, good Horatio, wait upon him. And strengthen your patience. In our last night's speech, we'll put this matter to the present push.
So much for this, sir. Now you shall see the other. You do remember all the circumstance.
Remember it, my lord?
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Rashly, and praise be rashness for it. There's a divinity that sometimes shapes our end. Rough hew them as we will.
That is most certain.
Up from my cabin in the dark, groped I to find them out. Fingered their packet, and withdrew again to my own room, making so bold to unseal their grand commission, where I found a good Horatio, almost royal knavery, an exact command, no leisure baited, no, not to stay the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off.
It's possible.
Wilt thou hear how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
Being thus benetted round with villainies, I sat me down. Heard a new commission, an earnest conjuration from the king. On the viewing only these contents, he should prepare us for the sudden death, no shriving time allowed.
How was this sealed?
Even now as heaven ordinance, I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the very model of that Danish seal.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz goes with.
My men, they did make love to this employment.
Why, what a king is this?
There's nothing he sees standing now upon. He that hath killed my king, and whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hope. Thrown out his angle from my part of life, and with such consonance. Is it not perfect conscience to quit him with this harm? Forget Horatio, I'm very sorry that to Laertes I did forget myself. For by the image of my cause I see the portraiture of his. To show the bravery of his grief did stir me into a towering passion.
Peace, who comes here? Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank thee, sir. Dost thou know this waterfly?
No, my good lord.
It is more gracious, for 'tis a vice to know him.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
We will receive it, sir, with all diligence of spirit. Put your bonnet to the right use, 'tis for the head.
Oh, I thank your lordship. It is very hot.
Oh, but methinks it's very cold and sultry.
It is indifferent cold, my lord, indeed.
Yeah, it's very hot and sultry for my complexion.
It is very sultry. As to where I cannot tell how. But my lord, his majesty bade me signify to you that he hath laid a great wager on your head. Oh, sir, this is the matter.
I beseech you, sir, remember.
Nay, my lord, for my ease and good faith. Sir, here is newly come to court Laertes. Believe me, an absolute gentleman, full of most excellent differences, of great showing in a very, very soft society. Indeed, to speak feelingly of,
He's the card or calendar of gentry, for a part of gentlemen you would see.
Sirs, to find myself is no perdition in you, though I know to divide an inventory leave it dizzy the arithmetic of memory.
Your lordship speaks most infallibly of him.
That concerneth thee, sir. Why do we wrap this gentleman in a more raw breath?
Sir, it's not possible to understand in another tongue. You will do it, sir, really.
What imports the nomination of this gentleman?
Of Laertes? His purse is empty already. All his golden words are spent.
Of him, sir.
I know you are not ignorant.
Well, I would you did, sir, but if you did, it would not much amuse me.
I know you're not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is.
I dare not confess that, lest I should compare with him in excellence.
I mean, my lord, for his weapon. Bring the imputation laid on him by them. In his meat, he's unfellowed.
Sir, what's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king has waged with him 6 Barbary horses, against which he has opponed, as I take it, 6 French rapiers and poniards, with their signs, girdles, and hangings. 3 of the carriages are very dear to fancy, very responsive to the hills, and a very, very liberal conceit.
What call you the carriages?
I knew you must be edified by the margin there you had done. The carriages, sir, are the hangers.
Oh, the phrase would be more germane to the matter if we could carry cannons by our side. I wouldn't be hangers till then, but on. 6 Barbary horses against 6 French swords, their sides, and 3 liberal conceited carriages. That's a French bet against the Danish. Why is this imposed, as you call it?
Well, the king hath said that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 pits. He hath laid on 12 for mine, and it will come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I say no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall. If it pleases His Majesty, 'tis a breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought, the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I'll win for him if I can, if not, I'll gain nothing but my shame in the odd hits.
Shall I read the review?
To this effect, and what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
He does well to commend it himself. He has no tongues else return.
This lapwing runs away with a shell on his head. The king and queen and all are coming down.
In happy time.
The queen desires you to use some gentle entertainment with Laertes before you fall to play.
She instructs me well.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he's been in France, I've been in continual practice. One would not think how ill all is here about my heart. But it's no matter.
Nay, good my lord. If your mind is like anything, obey it. I will forestall the repair hither and say you are not fit.
Nay, no. We defy all fury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be not now, it will come. If it be not to come, 'tis now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man knows aught of what he leaves behind, what is it to leave the times?
Come, Hamlet, come. And take this hand from me.
Pardon me, sir. I've done you wrong. But pardon me, as you are the gentleman. His presence knows, and you must need have heard how I am punished with a sore distraction. What might your nature honor and exemption roughly await, I here proclaim was madness. Was Hamlet wrong Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away, and when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, then Hamlet does it not, Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? It's madness. If to be so, Hamlet is of the faction that is wronged. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let my proclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot my arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I'm satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But the terms of my honor, I stand aloof and will no reconciliation till some elder masters of known honor have had a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name on board. Till such time, I do receive your offered love like love and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play? Come, the foils!
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes, and thy ignorance, my skill, your skill, like a star in the darkest night, shall stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
Now by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Aye, sir, your grace has laid the odds on the weaker side.
Oh, I do not fear it. I have seen you both. And though he is bettered, I have therefore odds.
This one is too heavy. I'll have another.
Oh, ho, ho. This one likes me while these foils have it all already.
On, my good lord. Hamlet, give the first or second hit. Or quit in answer to the third exchange. The battlements all their armaments shall fire. And the king shall to Hamlet's better breath drink. And in the cup and union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in the crown of Denmark have worn. Give me the cup. Let the kettle to the trumpet speak. The trumpet to the cannoneer without. The cannons to the heavens to earth. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin, and judge. Bear a wary eye.
Come, sir. Come, my lord.
One! No! Judgment!
A hit! A very comfortable hit!
This pearl is thine, Hamlet. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
Set it by a while, I'll play the spell first. Out of the hand, what say you?
Touch it, you confess.
Some shall win.
He's scant of breath. Hamlet, take thy mother's message and let Caroline.
I command him.
Oh, the queen rouses to thy good fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
Oh, I pray I will, my lord, pardon me.
It is too late, Tyler.
I will hit him now, my lord.
I do not think it.
Yet it seems almost against my conscience.
Come for a third, Laertes, but tally. Come, wife. I'm afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on.
Neither! Both ways!
Let thee rumble.
How about you not?
They are incensed!
Nay. Come again.
Oh, look to the queen there, oh!
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord? Oh, how is Laertes?
The wood come from mine own spring, Jocelyn. I am slain by mine own treachery.
Oh, Hamlet, the drink, the drink. Oh, sweet Hamlet, the drink. I have been poisoned.
Treachery! Lock the doors! Shake it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world could do thee good. There is none but half an hour of life left in thee. Treachery is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice has turned itself unto me, lo. Here I lie, never to rise again. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point. And venom too. Then poison to thy word!
unjustly served. Was a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death fall not upon thee, nor thine on me. Heaven make thee free of it. I'll follow thee.
Wretched creature, do. Horatio, I am dead. You that look pale and tremble at this chance that unmutes your audience to this act. I'm not dying. As this foul Sergeant Death is strict in his arrest, oh, I could tell you. Let it be. I am dead, Horatio. Thou livest. Report me my cause all right to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's just some liquor left.
This not the man. Give me the cup. I have no Hamlet. Oh, Horatio. What a wounded name. Things stand unknown, thus live behind us now. If thou did ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath of pain, to tell my story. What warlike noise is that?
Conquest, come from Poland. It's the ambassadors of England. Young Fortinbras gives us warlike volley.
Oh, I am dead, Horatio. The potent poison quite overcurls my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Where is this sight?
What is it you would see? If aught of woe or wonder, cease your search.
This quarry cries on havoc. O proud death, what feast is toward in thine eternal cell that thou so many princes at a shot so bloodily hast struck? Call the noblest to the audience. For me, with sorrow I embrace my fortune. I have some rights of memory in this kingdom, which now to claim my vantage doth invite me. Let 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely, had he been put on, to approve most royally. And for his passage, the soldier's music and the rites of war speak loudly for him. Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much amiss.